This is your inspired action video coming at you down the airways. So I wanted to do a video today to talk about how to kind of get you back off the wall and start to dive into these creation codes and start to get your vision moving, okay? Because basically, let's go right back to the beginning. You know, you are a conscious creator. You're a very, very conscious manifester. You know, you have that power and ability. Every single one on the planet has it, right? And I've said it before, we have unconsciously created, which is why the world is such a mess. But look at the power that we have. It might be looking a bit negative, but we have powerful creation ability. So let's flip mode that, because now we don't believe in that, because fear and, you know, doubt and all the rest of it, you know, we're working through that because we've just been dark night of the souling it for days, months, years, God knows how long. So we're clearing that, all right? So what's the truth underneath that old belief that we are pain, suffering, lack of abundance? You know, who are we underneath? Well, underneath, we are very, very powerful spiritual human beings, okay? We have very powerful gifts and abilities that we agreed to bring through to this current critical timeline, okay? So I'm just gonna zip us back up there. So imagine, if you wanna just embody the concept a bit more. So there you are, light being up there, and Spirit says, you know what, Earth's gonna go through a really intense time. They're gonna have the plague and all sorts of weird stuff going on. And we're gonna be moving into the new Earth. So who wants to go back down? Who's got something really cool and powerful that, you know, you're gonna bring to the party and help the big shift? You're gonna go, well, I'm pretty good at this. And they're gonna go, you are. Yes, man, you're gonna be needed down there because they need that to bring it up into the next level. And here you are. So you're not your pain and suffering. You're this powerful, powerful ascended master light being vibe with loads of gifts and abilities which are unique to you, okay? And you came down here to share that, but you forgot. And now you've been living in your pain and suffering, going, yeah, I'm loser Larry with no money, and I've got broken relationships behind me, and I can't create. I'm living in my head. That's not who you are. You're not a Larry at all. Weird concept, but you get my drift. That's not who you are. Okay, so the truth of you is basically that being above there when you were up there, coming down into a human form. Now is the time, which is why it's been intense energetically, to bring your creative vision forward, okay? So if you don't know what that is, it's fine, because you might still be in that deep, dark purge, and it's moving out, okay? So that is it moving out, moving away. And what's going to be revealed more and more, because your vibration is getting higher and more expansive, so is the world around you, because whatever you have got going on in here, you project out there. That's your manifestation skills. So this is why you're purging. This is why you're going through the dark night of the soul, because your soul knows this is not the truth of you. And the truth of you is basically these gifts and abilities, these, you know, that you've got. So now it's time to bring them out. So bringing it back down to base camp. So here you are, right here now, okay? What is your vision? What have you brought forth in your dreams? And let me tell you, dreams do come true. What is your dreams? What is your visions? What is your aspirations? Not oh, you know, I'd so love to do that, but I'm doing this. No. What is it? Okay? Write it down. Get it on paper. Start connecting with it. Start talking to it. Start, you know, put a picture on your phone. Do something to help yourself to bring it into the physical form. That is why journaling is so powerful. When you journal, you bring the idea down onto paper and it starts to breathe. It starts to have a heartbeat because you're bringing it from thought into form, okay? That's lesson number 1. Number 2, action. When you get that inspired action, you will never feel like you're ready, okay? I procrastinated so much. I, believe it or not, the most fearful being ever. And I've shared a lot on my videos and everything like that, how intense it's actually been, me working through my fear. My shadow aspect, my whole soul purpose is about fear. I have been through every single dark corner of it, and I'm now I'm turning it into courage, because that's what I'm all about. Those of you that follow the Egyptian frequencies, I'm all about Sekhmet vibes, you know, and I'm all about the fire and the intensity. But I've had to walk my path of darkness, but I'm not there anymore because I know it's not my truth. So, you know, I never thought I was ready. Here I am holding a tablets of light tour to Egypt. I never thought I was ready. I had no plan that I thought I could hold something that big. And now I'm thinking about other things on top of that because there's way more. Because now I'm in my creative energy more than I am in the, oh my God, Marie, you're so fearful, you know, let's just stay in the cave. It's changing, right? So you will never be ready. So when you want to put your shares out there, whether it's some poetry on social media, you know, you start small, but just create. Get your creative expression out there one way or another. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be scared. You're going to be like, oh my God, that is a given. So embrace that and know that eventually that will dissipate. So that's normal, okay? Now, I'm going to be a bit brutal here because my second point on my sheet here, or third point, is no one's coming to save you. That was the biggest lesson. No one's going to save you. That was the biggest gift as well. I sat here and I reached out to so many people, my social media, marketing companies. No one saved me. They took every single penny I had. I think I went bankrupt 3 times trying to get myself out there because I was going fearfully, going, help me, rescue me. Now I step out and I work with other creators who are supporting me, but I'm a whole lot of whole now. So I've pulled in a creator to assist me who's a whole lot of whole, and it works. So you see, what you vibrate in inside is what you create out there. Because why? You're a manifester, you know? So I understand what it's like, but no one's going to come and save you. So what I can actually give you, pearl of wisdom, is if you are really fearful and you're in that mindset that somebody does need to save you and you have a beautiful creation and you walk around with that vibration, it's only going to go tits up, nose down. So let it go and basically understand and be very, very mindful that you are to come to the party empowered. And that is where I'm going to talk now about going inward, all right? About working with your own frequency. We have been led astray because so many of us are on the spiritual path and we got distracted by learning other people's modalities, coming to the party, as I speak of, feeling less than, you know, feeling not capable of doing this on our own. So when we interact with another teacher like that, you just keep the cycle going. But once you've and I'm going to get into that now, once you've kind of come into your wholeness and you know that you can do this, and then you interact with the teacher and you learn some new stuff, it's cool, it's just playtime. But if you're coming to a place of learning, thinking that they're going to save you, thinking that you are not good enough, then you're not going to ever get off that mad spiritual hamster wheel. You're not. And I know this why, because I've done this for days. This is my whole path, right? So now I want to share with you, because I work very, very closely with Thoth, okay? The god of wisdom, the god of teaching, the god of healing, the moon, God, the list goes on. But he is one of my most powerful co-creators. And he told me in the beginning, we are your social media. We are your marketing managers. We are your advisors. We are your team. But the problem is you're not pitching up halfway to meet us, so we can't get to you. Because we're not going to be able to get to you if you're in the back of the cave, because it's too dark, we can't see you. You've got to come out into the light and meet us. So that was where I started to work with Thoth. And energetically, I would just sit and I would tap in, and he would give me all of the guidance and the ideas, all of the social media ideas. All of the videos I do comes from Isis. She says, do that, share that. Isis is really good at social media, let me tell you. But over the years, what's happened is I've come inward now, and I've started to sit with myself in stillness ever such a lot, because in that still space within you is your true nature. And that is an individual experience with you and no other. No other teachers, no nothing. And that is where your power is. That's where your creative power is. That's where the truth of you really is. And I can't tell you what that looks like. Why? Because I'm not you. So do you understand? Can you feel the energy of the empowerment, the freedom that you have once you get to know yourself inside? Don't be scared of getting to know you. Don't be scared of going inside. You know, because otherwise you're going to go out there and you're forever seeking. But if you come in here, you're forever knowing. Actually, you just don't know because you never know, but you're okay with that because there's this oneness. There's this kind of like understanding. There's no anxiety because you're okay with not knowing. You know what I mean? It's okay, you know? So this is the path inward is the only way to this. And I'm going to share with you now, just before I sign off, that the other day, I was absolutely fine creating, and then all of a sudden this black cloud came in, boom, because it still knocks me off my feet now. It's normal. And I was like, for 2 days vibrating. I was like, oh my God, what am I thinking? I'm holding all of these, like this event in Egypt, and oh my God, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I'm like, oh my life. I freaked out. And I started to just want somebody, I wanted somebody to save me. So I sat in my stillness. And I tapped in and I spoke to Toth. And I said to Toth, I said, you know, I need you to clear this for me. I can't create and do what I've got to do if I'm feeling like this. And do you know what he said to me? He said, this is for you to clear. You know, this is the teachings. You already know the teachings. You've studied and studied because you're always a student. You've studied so much. You have so much knowledge and wisdom on this that you now need to embody it and apply it yourself. You understand the Hermetic teachings. You understand the 7 principles. You understand stillness. You understand everything is within. So why are you bouncing out here telling us to clear it? This is on you. And I was like, wow. It's the first time I ever was told, you do it. And I was like, wow. Because I can do it. So I sat there and I thought, if I'm in my suffering, I'm clinging on to things. If I am in my freedom, everything is okay, so what now? Which is what Toth always says, you know, then I'm in my stillness and it's just, everything just flows. So I was like, well, I'm in my suffering. Well, let go of it. And this is just a test for spirit to say, are you sure you know how this works? Can you really practice what you preach? And do you know what? I did. I flipped it. I changed it. I came out of my head, came into the stillness. Toth just stood there and went, you got the power. The power's within you. This is it. This is the only portal that you need to go through. No more going out there. So I wanted to share that with you. And in my next video, the next one I probably share is going to be all about how to work with the gods and goddesses of Egypt, not out there, within you, which is a very, very strong basis of what my Tablets of Light tour is all about. You know, how to bring these energies and frequencies of the temples and the Egyptian and Teru inside of you, and then kind of work with what I've just explained to you now. So yeah, so don't worry. If you're fearful, it's okay. If you've got a vision, get it down on paper. So now, if you want to discuss this further and you feel that Egypt or anything to do with this is for you, dive on a no-cost Zoom call, because it's important to get your wheels turning. And that's what that Zoom call is all about, so I can best direct you. And as I say, we got the Tablets of Light tour on the 2023 in March. And if you want to go big or go home, that's the one for you. That's the portal, you know. But anyway, make use of my offerings. There's a lovely meditation for Isis, which is the creation codes. And maybe you want to sit with her first and then jump on a call, whatever. It's all there for you. The link is in the bio. And I am looking forward to connecting with you soon. Me and Toth. Peace.